Hello, my name is Ariberto Sitindaun. My ID number 043. I want to reading of Tumbling Down. The Trump administration trade strategy has many risks and few upsides. American president claims to view China as a friend, but the friendship is going through a rocky phase. To say the least, America's trade deficit with China, the largest deficit in the history of our world, is out of control. Donald Trump groused on March 22nd. A tremendous intellectual property debt situation also is him, and so, after laying out his concerns, he announced plans for some law litigation against China at the World Trade Organization (WTO). Investment restrictions and tariffs are all on the cards. The announcement early in March of tariff on steel and aluminum imports to America was chaotic, even prompting the resignation of Gary Johnson, the head of Mr. Trump's National Economic Council. The late targeting of China, by contrast, is the culmination of months of planning and command's broader support. It was masterminded by Robert Lighthizer, the United States Trade Representative (USTR), and our seasoned trade lawyer. As a deputy USTR under Ronald Reagan in the 1980s, he used Section 301 of the Trade Act of 1974 to bully Japan into limiting exports to America. This time, using the same law, his department has penned a 200-page report outlining damage to America of at least $50 billion per year, arising from China unfair trade practice. In his telling, America is seeking no more than the compensation it is due. The first of Mr. Trump, their miseries lies squarely within the multilateral system created in 1995 to resolve trade disputes. On March 23, the American administration launched an official complaint at the WTO, claiming that China has been breaking the rules on intellectual property. Mr. Lighthizer recounts that by pressing American companies to hand over their technology when they form partnership with Chinese ones, this is often a condition of operating in China, and by making it hard for intellectual property rights once a technology-related contract ends. The Chinese state has rigged the system against American companies. The case will went through the WTO legal procedures, which could take years. If America wins, China may respond by changing its ways. Its record of complying with rulings again it is no worse than those of America and the European Union. Of the two sides might negotiation a settlement. If that fails, then a victorious America could impose tariff allowed by the WTO. This would be unusual. Such tariffs have been approved fewer than 15 times in the WTO history, and even then, WTO members have sometimes chosen not to enforce them. But the WTO dispute is just one part of the strategy. Mr. Lighthizer is thinking some of China practices inflict damage on America but are not covered by WTO rules. The Section 301 investigation claimed to find evidence that the Chinese government directs its firms to invest in American firms as part of its industrial strategy, and sometimes to steal information from them. Mr. Lighthizer thinks China wants to overtake America and make it less globally competitive. He wants the threat of unilateral action to fill in multilateral system blank. If America decides to strike, the first blow would be trigger rules on investment between the two countries. The details are unclear. The president can already block investment on national security grounds, using the Committee of Foreign Investment in the United States (CFIUS). Blocks on economic ground might also be allowed, as perhaps might curb an American investment in China. The second hit involved tariffs of 25% on certain Chinese exports, worth up to $60 billion in 2017. Mr. Letizer says that the list of products, which includes aerospace, information and communication technology, and machinery, drew inspiration from Made in China 2025. The Chinese government plans to achieve global dominance in industries in regards as strategic. The clocks have thus been set ticking. The full list of previous tariffs will be published by April 6th, after which it will remain open for public comment for 30 days. Stephen Mnuchin, Mr. Trump's Treasury Secretary, has until May 21st to come up with proposal for registration on investment. It seems possible that neither will actually go into effect, even as Mr. Trump talked to on March 22nd. He also spoke a big ongoing negotiation with the Chinese government. He has asked it to reduce America's bilateral trade deficit by $100 billion. He seems to be presenting China with a choice, a grand bargain or a trade war. Thank you.